Have you ever felt the ground shift beneath your feet, even when everything around you seems calm? Like the air itself is charged with something unseen, a tension that hums just below the surface. Imagine waking up one morning to a headline that feels like a thunderclap. Trump furious after judges ruling on Comey and top Newsom arrested in major scandal. Vertical bar. The untold story of a secret rebellion brewing in California. It's a headline that grabs you by the collar, demanding your attention, stirring a cocktail of curiosity, confusion, and maybe even a little fear. But what if I told you that beneath the noise, beneath the fury, and the scandal, there's a story unfolding, a secret rebellion, quietly brewing in the heart of California, could change everything we think we know about power politics and the future of this country. Let's pause for a moment and breathe that in, a secret rebellion. What does that even mean? And why now? Why California? And how does this all connect to the furious headlines and the scandalous arrests that dominate our screens? To understand this, we need to step back and look at the world we live in today. It's a world that feels fractured, doesn't it? Divided by politics, by ideology, by geography. A world where every news cycle seems to bring a new crisis, a new outrage, a new scandal. We're bombarded with information, yet somehow we feel more disconnected than ever. The noise drowns out the signal. The fury blinds us to the deeper currents moving beneath the surface. California, often seen as a beacon of progress and innovation, is also a place of deep contradictions. It's a land of immense wealth and crushing inequality, of breathtaking natural beauty and devastating wildfires, of cutting-edge technology and old-fashioned political battles, and right now, it's a crucible where many of the tensions shaping America are coming to a head. The arrest of a top political figure in California, something that would have been unthinkable just a few years ago, is not just a scandal, it's a symptom of something larger. It's a crack in the facade, a sign that the old ways of doing things are being challenged, sometimes violently, sometimes quietly, by forces that refuse to be ignored. And then there's the furious reaction from Trump, the former president who still looms large over the political landscape. His anger isn't just about a judge's ruling on Comey, or a political opponent's downfall. It's about a battle for the soul of the country, a fight over who gets to define the narrative, who gets to hold power, and who gets to be heard. But what if the real story isn't just about the loudest voices on the national stage? What if the real story is happening in the shadows, in the quiet corners of California, where a secret rebellion is taking shape? A rebellion, not just against politicians or policies, but against a system that feels broken, a system that many feel no longer represents them. This rebellion is not about violence or chaos. It's about awakening. It's about people waking up to the fact that the old rules don't work anymore, that the promises of progress and prosperity have left too many behind, that the future demands something new, something more honest, more inclusive, more just, more just. To understand this, we have to look at the psychological and cultural forces at play. Humans are wired for community, for belonging, but when the systems we live under fail to provide that sense of connection and purpose, frustration builds. It turns into anger, and anger can turn into rebellion. California's rebellion is a reflection of this deep human need. It's a pushback against alienation, against feeling invisible or powerless. It's a demand to be seen, to be heard, to matter. I've noticed this in conversations with people from all walks of life: teachers, farmers, tech workers, artists. There's a shared feeling of being caught in a storm, not of there making a sense that the world is changing faster than they can keep up, and that the old ways of coping no longer suffice. This rebellion is also biological. Our brains are wired to respond to threats, to uncertainty, to change. When the future feels uncertain, when the ground shifts beneath us, our bodies react with stress and anxiety. This isn't just a political or social phenomenon, it's a deeply human one. But here's the paradox. Rebellion, while born of frustration and fear, also holds the seed of hope, because rebellion is a form of awakening. It's a refusal to accept the status quo. It's a call for transformation. And transformation is possible. It starts with awareness. Awareness of the forces shaping our world. Awareness of our own fears and hopes. Awareness of the power we hold as individuals and communities. In the next part, we'll explore how this secret rebellion in California is unfolding, what it means for all of us, and how we can find hope and agency in a world that often feels overwhelming. So what does this secret rebellion look like? It's not always loud or visible. Sometimes, it's a quiet gathering of neighbors discussing how to protect their community from wildfire. Sometimes it's a group of activists pushing for housing reform in a city where homelessness has become a crisis. Sometimes it's a tech worker questioning the ethics of the company they work for, or a farmer fighting to preserve the land against corporate interests. This rebellion is a mosaic of small acts of courage and resistance. It's people reclaiming their voices in a system that often tries to silence them. It's a refusal to be defined by the outrage and panic that dominate the headlines, and it's happening in the shadow of the scandals and the fury. While the media focuses on the spectacle, the judge's ruling, the arrest, the political drama, this rebellion is building quietly, steadily, beneath the surface. I've noticed that when people engage with this deeper story, something shifts. The fear and anger don't disappear overnight, but they begin to be replaced by a sense of possibility. A sense that change is not only necessary but achievable. This is where hope lives, not in the promises of politicians or the headlines of the day, but in the everyday actions of ordinary people, choosing to act with integrity, compassion, and courage. If you're watching this and feeling overwhelmed by the chaos, I want you to know that you're not powerless. You have a role to play in this story. Your awareness, your choices, your actions matter. Start small. Pay attention to the stories that don't make the headlines. Listen to the voices of your community. Engage in conversations that build understanding rather than division. Protect your own mental and emotional well-being by choosing how and when to engage with the news. Remember, the power of rebellion is not in destruction, but in creation. It's about building something new from the ashes of the old. It's about reclaiming our shared humanity in a world that often tries to divide us. The secret rebellion brewing in California is a sign that the old world is cracking open. It's an invitation to all of us to step into a new way of being, one that honors complexity, embraces empathy, and commits to justice. The headlines will keep coming. The fury and scandal will not disappear overnight. But beneath the noise, a deeper story is unfolding, a story of awakening, resilience, and hope. And that story includes you. So take a breath, look around, see the cracks, and the light breaking through, and know that in this moment you have the power to choose how you respond. To choose hope over fear, connection over division, action over despair, because the future is not written yet. It's being created every day by people like you and me, in moments big and small. If this message speaks to you, share it, reflect on it. Let it inspire you to be part of the change you want to see. Together, we can turn the secret rebellion into a movement of transformation. For California, for America, and for the world. Thank you for being here, for listening, and for choosing to be part of something greater than the headlines. The ground may be shifting beneath our feet, but together, we can build a foundation strong enough to stand on. And that foundation starts with awareness, courage, and hope. Let's walk this path together.